All right. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to announce this here. So my name is Takaaki Kato. I work at a cryptocurrency exchange called BitFlyer. Obviously, I'm here from Japan. Japan is the land that's giving you the sushi and sushi swap, the Shiba Inu in the dog coins, which I don't even want to go there. And of course, the name Satoshi and Nakamoto. So again, there's obviously some ties to Japan and crypto. But today I wanted to share with you some reasons that it may be worth, again, focusing more on Japan and the Japanese crypto market going forward. So let me just quickly start with BitFlyer, a little bit of color of who we are. So BitFlyer is Japan's #1 Bitcoin exchange. And it was the world's first exchange to be licensed in Japan, Europe, and the US. We currently trade roughly about $280 billion as of the first quarter. There's AUM of 5.3 billion with 2.5 million customers. We are licensed in 48 states, including New York. So that's a bit about us. Now, Bitcoin in Japan, I don't know if many know, but historically Japan has been Bitcoin's second largest market. And it's the only country where it is actually legal tender. But having said that, I still think there's a lot of room for growth. And the reason for that, one of them is this stat on the right here, where if you look at the percentage of household financial assets held in cash and deposits, it's 54% in Japan. So by comparison, you're looking at 35% in Europe and 13% in the US. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have, the notion of, fiat cash as a store of value and how great that is. So unfortunately, that narrative hasn't really hit Japan in my mind. So I think once that happens, it'll be quite interesting. But Japan's market is already this big without this narrative having taken hold. Now, BitFlyer is, we think, Japan's gateway to Bitcoin. So we've developed an ecosystem, a lot of products, and work with some of the largest companies to push the adoption of Bitcoin in Japan. So if you think of Bitcoin for many Japanese, it naturally assume BitFlyer. We trade about 57% of all the BTC yen volume in Japan. Now, just to give you guys an idea of how that fits into the sort of greater picture globally, Japan, how big is that market? Historically, many global players have struggled to break into Japan. There's a lot of regulatory constraints and an outdated banking system, which makes it quite difficult. If you look at the size and the scale, and unfortunately you can't see the lines too well, but BitFlyer is roughly the same scale as a Kraken. So it's not a small market by any means. But what's more interesting is that there's some interesting trading opportunities presented here. And the reason for that is because our markets until now have been very much dominated by retail flow. So, over half of our flow in our exchange is all retail. And today, what we're here to announce is that we're finally opening up the gates to our market to a much wider audience, especially the US investor. So today I'm introducing cross-border trading, which is, as the picture shows, the ability to trade from the US into Japan, which we hadn't had until now. And so US-based clients can now trade our BTC yen market directly through, and also our BTC USD market as well, through a BitFlyer USA account. So that literally just launched today, and we're doing this with the lowest fees in the US. So that is it. We hope that if you have any questions, I'll be around. Some of my colleagues will be around as well. Please reach out to us. But we hope to see you guys and welcome you to Japan through the doors of Bitcoin. いらっしゃいませ。